everyone. Happy Independence Day. So today we are presenting that what is SAP. Many people will have this question: what is SAP? What is SAP software? So today we are going to tell you like what is SAP, what really this means for any organization, any company, and we are presenting from AL Info. Let's see. So in that, what is SAP really? So SAP full form is System Application and Products in Data Processing. So it is especially a design by the German multinational software corporation, and it is designed in the 1972, and it is a kind of ERP software. So what that means of the ERP software means enterprise resource planning. So see, the meaning of this SAP ERP software is like in the previous traditional model, if you observe, like whenever any client who is trying to do any business. So take example, like if the Ford is the client, and or Tata Motor is a client, for example. If Tata Motor is a client, then he has to do the business to sell the car. For example, that is their primary business. So if we take like a 40 years before the Tata Motor is there, and then if they are not using any computer or software, they still are selling the car. They are still doing the business. So how they do the business? So to do the business, like they have the different departments. For example, sales and distribution department, FICO department, right? And then they have the purchase department. So they have maybe quality management department, the production planning department, right? They will be having HR department. So what this departments is there? So if 40 years before there is no computer, no software is there, assume, then how they are doing the business. So like in Tata Motor, they have the specific showrooms, and then if anybody want to buy the car, so they will go to their showroom and then asking, okay, I want to buy this car, and the salesperson will show the car, they will sell the car, and they will create the sales order in the register. Okay, so once they keep the register and then keep the register updated, then they will send this information to finance department to make an entry as a credit entry in the FICO or finance accounts, right? Similarly, to produce a car, the client or the Tata Motor needs some other raw material. For example, the paints, for example, the tires. So they will be purchasing from other vendors. They are not really producing these things from their own. So if they are purchasing anything to produce a car, they also has to purchase something from the vendor. So if they are purchasing something, so that means they have to spend money, and if they are spending money, that will be coming to again finance accounts as a debit entry, right? So the finance department, like, and how it is happening. So if there is no software is there, so this update is happening, the purchase is happening, the sales is happening, is manual way, and also the entry inside the finance accounts will be happening manually. So which will be taking a lot of time and a lot of energy, and chance of error will be high. The fraud chances is also be high, right? And it will take a lot of time, as you know, the time is money, right? Then similarly, like we have the quality department. So whenever they are producing any car, the quality has to be checked for the car, and that has to go for the quality testing, and the quality management department will do that activity. Similarly, the production planning is department. So in case if any car is selling high, so this information also need in the production planning, like which car is sold this month, which is selling high, and then in case if it is selling high, so then the production manager has to plan to produce more cars, right? So if they want to plan to produce more cars, so then they will send an indication to HR department. So HR department is especially handling like the employees, the contractors, so they have to hire maybe more people in the organization to increase the number of shifts. Suppose they say that, okay, we want to increase the shift, like if right now one shift is there for producing a car, now we have to go for two shift or three shift, for example. So that production planning will plan this to increase the shift. That indication goes to, or information goes to HR. Again, if it is no software, it is manually, and it will be, then HR will take the decision and inform that, okay, we hired those many people, like you can start this schedule from this date. Okay, so that is the option, or that is the base or line idea how the business is running in any of the business. Okay, So that is the basic. There might be many other modules. Okay, that depends to business, and that depends like a client to client. But the baseline idea, like there are some modules are there, and then modules in the sense of the department is there, and each department will be transferring the relevant information to run the business efficiently and effectively. And then we comes to the SAP. So SAP is like a kind of ERP software. So once we go with the ERP software, what will happen? So in ERP software, SAP already had these modules we call actually. So this module is already there. So what will happen if suppose Tata Motor want to buy SAP and SAP ERP software, right? So if they buy the SAP ERP software, so they will by default get all the modules, okay? And then the information, suppose if they buy the SAP software, they configure the software, and then if any salesperson selling a car, and if they're selling a car, they will be creating a sales order in SAP software. Okay, so once they create create a sales order, not manually, not on register, but in SAP system, then this particular sales order information automatically goes to the finance, automatically goes to the, for example, like production planning, and also to the purchase. So if suppose they say that okay, these many cars sold, so obviously they have to produce more cars. To produce more cars, they have to produce, they have to buy more tires, they have to buy more paint, right? So likewise, to hire more people, for example. So SAP software is so good in this integration point of view, that the information where it's needed to run the business, it automatically flows there, and this will save a lot of time for the client. And the transparency is there, the automatic update is there, so intervention is very less. So that is why the software is taking less time, and your entry is up to date. And since it is saving time, it will be increasing the business for the client. And that is the purpose of many big companies will be going with the SAP ERP solution to do that business from them. All right, I hope this is okay. And then that is the meaning of the enterprise resource planning, means whatever the resources is there in your organization, that has to be addressed, or that has to be integrated with each other to run the business. Okay. So that's what we call about. So in SAP, like these many modules are there. There are many more, but these are some examples are there. For example, finance module. So it is finance accounting to update the entries. Controlling module is there. So it is for the controlling thing, finance controlling thing especially. And then we have the material management thing. So material thing is happen for the purpose of like purchasing a material, for example, sales and distribution for selling and distributing the goods. And then HR is especially for the human resource, for employee salary, employee records, employee, for example, their leave records. So those many things is managed by HR. Production planning is to manage the production things for the company, and quality management for the quality management for uh, establish the quality of the product, or to test the quality of the product. So there are many other modules are also there. So that will be again dependent on client to client. So that is about like modules in ERP. Then who can do which course to go into SAP career? So if you want to make a career in SAP, so there are various modules are there. We have mentioned few of them. Like for example, if any engineers are there, so they can go with technical module if they are love to have do the programming. So in SAP we have the module we call as a ABAP. So ABAP is the especially module which will be used by the making changes to make a programs in SAP side. So they can choose this module, or if they are not really want to go with the programming and they want to do for still the technical things, then still they want to go with SAP security or SAP basis. So SAP security is especially to tell or to give the access to the user and restrict the access same time. Like if any sales manager suppose join in an organization, so he needs some specific access for security. So that is being controlled by security team. Okay, and the basis is the administrator who will be installing the software, who will be managing the space, managing the server. So this is about the basis person, basis consultant we call. And then if somebody who's in MBA finance or HR or sales, so these are the module that is best suited for them. So like for example, if somebody done MBA in HR, so if they are going to use or learn like SAP HR module or success factor module, for example, so these two module is given by SAP, so they can learn these two modules to manage their understanding or make use of their knowledge in SAP HR um, by using their HR knowledge using by using like MBA. Okay, so similarly, like finance, so if somebody is doing MBA finance, so they can utilize this finance, or somebody if they done like in sales and distribution in MBA in that core, so then they can go with this module as well. And for MCA, like they really go with any module, any functional or technical module, or engineer also can go. It's not a compulsion, but it's just a idea. Like if they are in some specific area, they can go with this. Similarly, MTech can go also for all the modules. CA, ICW, it will be preferable that they will go with FICO. That's preferable. But and similarly, like BCA, BBA, or graduates, they can go for non-programming module, for example, or non-consulting module, for example, SAP Security, SAP Basis, maybe SAP HR and SAP BW. So BW is for reporting purpose, and experienced professional also like go with different modules also. And based on their experience, if suppose somebody working as a production manager, they can go for production planning module and they can learn this. Okay, so likewise, the person who is working in the specific business area, they can go with the specific business module, the functional module we call, and they can earn good amount of money if they are going with learning and going to these SAP careers. So SAP careers is really good. So if any person want to make a career in SAP, they have to learn those modules based on their understanding, based on their interest. And and now, like these are the offerings from AL Info. So we are offering that SAP security module. So for example, like SAP BTP and IAG module, SAP access control, process control, risk management, and like functional module also as sales and distribution, HR, FICO, EWM, success factor, Ariba. So many other modules are there. We are providing consulting as well. So you can connect with us in case if you have any requirement for learning anything. And this is our office in Pune. So that is our head office that we'll be working from here, or we are providing online corporate training and online training for individual as well, or offline training as well. So if anybody interested, connect with us. So hope you enjoy the session. That's about this session. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Enjoy your day.